Good morning, students. So today we will be looking into the new topic, collections map. The second linked hash map. Now again, linked hash map is a class. Now linked hash map is basically a hash table. Now why it is a hash table? Because all the values which are stored is going to be stored on that particular hash code, and the hash code will be stored in the hash table, and it is going to implement the map interface but with the predictable iteration order. So I will have everything which is be inserted which will be linked with the other thing because the keyword linked. Whereas this was not there with the hash map. Hash map, as you go on inserting the entries, it would insert. Now this implementation differs from hash map. That means it is going to maintain a doubly linked list running through all the entries. Same concept which you have studied in data structure, linked list, everything. All the entries here will be linked to each other, and so the concept called as linked hash map. Now the linked list defines the iteration ordering, which is normally the order in which keys were inserted into the map. Fine. So here we have seen in the previous session slide also that your linked hash map is going to maintain the insertion order. Here it is not going to maintain the insertion order. So this is going to inherit the hash map because it is a linked hash map, but it is going to maintain the insertion order. So that is your linked hash map, right? So now linked hash map will contain basically it will have a key value, it will contain unique element, it may have one null key and multiple null values. So one null key is acceptable and multiple null values. That means let's say I have given the keys 21 to 30, but still the students are not assigned to me. So that means all the values will be null. As soon as the admissions come in or the new students come in, then the values can be changed. And one null key and I have. That means I create the classroom. I just say the classroom is ready, but there are no keys. That means there are no roll numbers which are assigned to that. So I can create a values link. Now linked hash map is non-synchronized. I think we have understood the concept of synchronized and non-synchronized in the previous session. So just remember, linked hash map is non-synchronous and it is going to maintain the insertion order. So these are the basic key features of your linked hash map. Now again, these key features, as I said, might be important when you are doing with your theory paper or your 1-2 marks questions, or even during your Viva or practicals. Now these are the constructors of linked hash map. Default linked hash map, then int capacity, that means I have given the initial capacity. Then linked capacity and float load factors, these we have already seen in the previous collections. What is that? The int capacity, load factor, and Boolean access order. Now Boolean access order means if I want to assign a specific insertion order, when I'm trying to insert it, I can give this access order. But for practical purposes, you are going to use the constructor default or the int capacity. But remember that you have got a constructor which is going to pass in all these parameters, right? And another you have is linked hash map. That means it is going to initialize the linked hash map with the elements already given in the map class. So the remember we have seen the constructor linked list passing the collection C. That means if already a hash map you have created, you want to convert it into a linked hash map, then I can use this constructor wherein I'm going to pass the entire map and the extend the map. So from an existing map, I can create a linked hash map by passing this constructor. So you've got 5 type of constructors for the Java linked hash. Clear? So here the map is going to extend the key, the map is going to extend the V, and it is going to pass all the map elements. Fine. Then see the methods. Now methods we have seen, clear method we have seen. Now get is going to return the value which is associated. So when I pass the object, now initially we have seen the hash map. If I pass the value A here, so it is going to retrieve me what? The value which was associated with A, that means 100. So it is returning me the value. So your return type is V. So when I pass the key value or the key object in the get method, it is going to return me the associated value which is associated with the past parameter. Clear? If I want to clear the map, I use the clear. Boolean contains value. I need to pass the value and it will check if that value contains in the collection. If it contains, it return true. Else it is going to return false. Then set map entry, I pass k and v and I call the entry set. So we have seen how I pass the entry set and how it is going to return or set the value. So here I can change. Let's say now I have roll number 5, Rupali Memane. I want to change the roll number 5 to a different. So let's say now I have to change. So here I say set the value of map entry, the k and value. So 5 and I pass the new value here. So Rupali Memani will be replaced with let's say Prachi Patekar. So now roll number 5 will be Prachi Patekar. So that means it has been replaced with the method set. So it returns a set. Now void for each. So here I am going to, so this method you can skip. It performs a given action for each and entry. So as we say that we are going to do the iteration, the comparator in the Monday's class. So that time you will understand how do you use the for each iterator. Clear? Then get or default. So get or default method we have seen. It returns the value to which the specified key is mapped, or default value if it does not find the key. So if I pass the object key F here, now object key is not there in my hash map. So it is going to return the default value. It is going to return no key because the key was not found. Then it returns the set key of the key contained in the map. So set key and the key set. Entry set returns the set view of the mappings contained in the map, and key set returns only the keys. Entry set returns the entire entry. Key set return only the key set. Understood this? Fine. So here I can have this boolean and replace all. Remove oldest entry. So it is going to remove whatever is the entry which has been stored at the beginning or which is the senior most entry. So this method you might or you might not check during your practical, but you remember these methods are there. So when you go in as developers, you might need to understand this method. So replace all. And collection V, it returns the collection of all the values. Now remember, this collection is going to retrieve only the values and not the keys. So it will retrieve only the values which are stored in the hash map. So keys are skipped, only the values will be retrieved. Now again, coming to the example, here I am putting the linked hash map. Again, you take in the package, call the class, call main method, create linked hash map. Again, integer and string. So it is going to here now in this case, your key is going to be the integer and your value is going to be the string. So when you are passing this, remember the first value which you pass will be taken by the key and the next data type which you pass will be taken by the value. So as I said, your key can be an integer, your key can be a string. Similarly, your value can be an integer, value can be a string. So here we are doing now key is integer and a value is going to be the string. So then I'm calling this as HM. Again, linked. Here HM is linked hash map. It will going to create a key value association of the key integer type and the value string type. Now I insert the values. So I call the put method hm.put 100 and Amit. So these I have given some association. 100 roll number will be associated with Amit. 10 will be associated with Vijay. 102 with Rahul. So these three values has been inserted in the linked hash map. Now we want to display them. So then for display, I need to create the map.entry. Map.entry is M. What is M? It is going to retrieve the value by calling the entry set method. We call the value entry set method on the HM. What is HM? HM is the object of linked hash map, which is based on the integer and the string type, right? So whatever values are there, so all the three values have been retrieved and now stored in M. Now I'm going to fix. So I can call the key by get key. I can call the value by get value, but I have to call it with M because in M, all the entry set has been retrieved. So when I say m.get key, m.get value, This is going to be the output. So same as you have in HM, the hash map, you have it in linked hash map. Only thing is it is going to assert on the insertion order because it is linked. Clear? So this was with linked hash map. Now the last map which you are going to do is your tree map class. Now again, tree map class is going to implement the map interface. It is similar like your hash map class. It is going to be, but when I am trying to insert the entries in tree map, it will be inserted in the ascending order. So even if you put Amit, Rahul, Raju, whatever, when you are going to insert it, it is going to work on this keys. It is going to sort it. So even if I put 102 or 101 first, it is going to only store in 100, 101 and 102. Similarly, if I am going to put in as A, C, D and E first, it is still going to store it as A, B, C, D, right? So that is the way a tree map works. So the main difference between them is that hash map is an unordered collection, while tree map will be a sorted collection based on the ascending order of the keys. Remember, tree map will always work on the ascending order of the key and not the value. Now here again, tree map is unsynchronized collection, which means it is not suitable for threading safe operation. Now we have seen the concept, just a brief overview I tried to give about the thread. That means unless and until one thread is completed, second thread does not start. So that is called as synchronization. But when I say tree map is unsynchronization, that means if you have multi-threaded concept, it will not be safe. That means a thread will not work on the unsynchronized the thread concept. Clear with this? So thread is an unsynchronized collection. Now coming to the constructor of a Java tree map, again you will have a tree map default constructor which will create in the natural order. I will have a tree map, comparator, super key and a comparator. So here it is used to construct an empty tree-based map that will be sorted using the comparator. So here I am giving it has to compare with what? You have seen the binary tree. I take a value and the value which is greater than that, it will go to the right, or if it is less, it will go to the left. So depending on that, so here similarly, I have to use a comparator, and based on the super key, I have to store the values in the tree. And then third constructor is I can create a tree map based on the existing hash map or a linked hash map, and I can add it in the tree map. So basically I need to pass all the entries from M, which will be sorted using the natural. So let's say I've created a hash map with all the students now. So initially at the beginning of the term, I have the student along with the roll numbers. I create a collection hash map, and then later on I want to display the result. So I want to display the results made on the marks of that. So in that case, I take all the hash map collection, pass it on tree map, so that in tree map the students will be arranged according to the marks. So I have a sorted map. Clear? So again, in sorted thing, it will sort on the marks, but it will accompany with the key and the value. So the roll number and the name will be associated along with the mark. Understood the concept? So in that case, I can use the tree map. A tree map can also be constructed by the sorted map. So sorted map, which will extend the sorted map essay. Fine. So these are the 4 constructors with which you are going to construct the Java tree map class. Now coming to the methods. Now again, if you see, the methods are more or less the same. Clear method, clone method. But here, because it is going to do it in the sorting order, some additional methods we have. That is your map entry, KV, and I'm calling the ceiling entry. So it returns the key value pair having the list. Now you remember this methods or these keywords, you have done it in RDBMS PostgreSQL, ceil, float, floor, ceiling. So ceiling is the list entry which is going to be greater than or equal to the specified value. It returns null if there is no such key. Then K, ceiling key, I pass a value. So if I pass the value, so if it finds a key which is less than that, it will return, otherwise it is not going to return. Now these things, when you do practically, you will understand the concept of it. But these are the methods here. Then comparator, it returns the comparator that arranges the key in the order. So based on the comparator, it will try to arrange. So if I have a super key, if I want that it has to arrange based on that greater than and lesser than, then it will, I use the key here. Then map.entry, first entry, it returns the key value of the list. First entry means list, because when I insert it, it does not mean that first entry which I have inserted is going to be the first entry in the tree. The first entry in the tree will be the list value, because the tree stores in the sorted order. So first entry will be the list key. Floor entry, now it returns the greatest value. You have done the ceiling, so that means floor entry means the greatest key which is stored in the tree map will be returned here. Then void for each, again it will be used for during iteration. For each and every key value associated pair, it is going to display. Then sorted map, head map, so it returns the key value pair whose keys are strictly less than the 2 key. So here if I have given a key, let's say I've given the key 50, it is going to list all the key value pairs which are less than 50. So this way I am able to retrieve only the roll number. So if I have to create batches, division A, division B, I say 1 to 50, I pass here 50, all the students who are less than 50 will be there in division A. And the list, if I say tail map here, 51 to 100 will be in division B. So with that, I can sort my maps. Then map entry, high entry, given key. So here, now it returns the list key strictly greater than the key. So here I can have the higher entry, floor entry, and the higher entry. So these are the methods you have. Now coming to the example, again creating the tree map, very simple. You try to import the package, create the class, call the main, create tree map. Again, you want here key as integer and your value as string, or you can have uh, string as your key and integer as your value, whatever it is. Now, when can tree map be string and integer? When I say string is your roll number, your name, and integer your marks. So in that case, I can create a tree map. Now here they have created a tree map based on the roll numbers. Again, the same 100, 102. Now look at the insertion of the element. First they have inserted 100, then they have inserted 102, then 101 and 103. But if we inserted in the linked hash map, it will display me as it is. But because it is a tree map, just look at the insertion and then look at the output here. The output will be sorted. So 100 will be first, 10 will be second, and so on. 100, 101, 2 and 3. Why? Because it is a tree map. So the entry will be displayed as. Got it? So when you are inserting, it will be already stored there in the ascending order, because we are using the tree map class. Clear with this? So we end here today, or we stop here today. And these are the references. I'll try to share the PPT also with you. And the links I have already shared. I like to share some more links here with you. I try to share it in the classroom also. You can try practicing online with this. Remap, beginner's book link you have. So you can work from this Java point also, and compiler also you have. We are using JDoodle. You can use any other compiler online. Okay. Maybe this beginner's book link also, I'll try to paste it here. Okay. I stop presenting the screen. And just don't leave the meeting. I just need to take your. So we stop here today and we meet in the next lecture where we are going to do the stack. So these are the references with which I have tried to create this lecture. So see you in the next lecture. Till then, thank you.